Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Come to you live every single day at 11:35 Eastern Standard Time. It is Monday, September 20th. It is a warm 75 degrees in the BitBoy Crypto studio as I'm wearing a Falcon shirt.
Falcon's luau shirt.
Yeah, speaking of hot, golly, they are not hot. Well, guys, we sold all our crypto. We own zero crypto now. We've decided we're getting out of the crypto business. We're going to turn this into a sports channel. We had a good run. We sold all our Cardano, sold all our XRP, sold all our Elron. We sold everything, and we're actually getting into storage units. We're going to be talking about how you can set up storage units for yourself. And make millions of dollars, because you can't make money in crypto. That's over. We had a good run. I turned basically like $0 into $30 million, but you can never do that. That only exists for certain people. So we're gonna cash out, guys. We had a great run. Are we gonna bring on guest hosts for the storage unit show?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Who should we have on
For the storage
American
unit show?
Pickers?
American.
Do they do that show?
Sure.
What about the pawn shop guys?
Yeah.
We get the pawn shop guys.
Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, there are so many just idiots out there. Guys, we did not sell any crypto. Sold zero crypto over the weekend. I do want to address thank you. I see all the laughing in the chat because that's how ASA 9, ASA 10, ASA 11 some people over the weekend were acting. Look, so I want to address, we had a tweet that went out this weekend, and you guys got to understand, we have a social media team. Some of the tweets are from me, some are from the social media team, and this is not passing the buck on anything here. I'm just explaining we deleted the tweet, and here's why. So basically what happened is there was a message from a video that I had made talking about September 28th. We've been talking about this date for 2 years. The tweet said the 27th, but we made this tweet, and it didn't capture the full context. It basically was just taken out of a video, thrown into a tweet. There was thought put behind it, but that tweet was missing like a very key element in it. And for that reason, we talked about it over the weekend. I decided to remove the tweet because it didn't really capture my voice and what I believe about crypto. As you guys know, I've said it almost kind of like we were double and tripling down on the September 28th approximate date, which, guys, I said yesterday in the video, the closer we get to that, the more likely it looks like that we will end up being wrong about that to some extent. Now, we've never said it would happen on September 28th. So the people that come in here and they say, September 28th, or just like with the XRP stuff, they said, I thought you said September 14th, this was over. No, I've never said any of that. I said it was planned to be over for XRP in the middle of September, around the 15th, I guess. Then I told you guys it was pushed back 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. So we'll have to see how September plays out. For the bull run, it's the same exact thing. I've said September 28th for 2 years. 2 years I've said this date. It's based on the gold and Bitcoin bull ratio. I was told that my timeline would generally be correct on this. But none of my sources have ever said September 28th or within a couple weeks of that. They've always said in the fall. It looked like that was going to match up with my timeline. So we'll have to see what happens from here. I do think that, yes, the market is falling today. I'm not worried about this at all. And I will tell you this. For the first time, I was told today, this is the final push down. This is the final push down. After this, we do start the ascent to 100K. And all of the people out there, blah, 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 blah. You know what's going to happen when Bitcoin hits 100K in 2 months, 6 weeks, whatever it is. None of them are going to come back on here and say, oh, you were right. It is going to hit 100K. No, you know what they're going to do? They're going to wait until it goes to the top of the market and falls back down. And then they're going to say, I thought you said it was going to stay at 100K forever, which I would never have ever said. But it doesn't matter. They're going to twist the words. So the point here is a lot of videos made about it this week. We're going to have Benjamin Cowan on the show tomorrow, by the way. Not on the live stream, but on video for 3 o'clock. They had the Moon on today at 3 to discuss this. The Moon made a video about it. Benjamin Cowan, I think, made a video about it, or at least some tweets. Leo made a video about it. George made a video about it. George sent me an email, and George said, hey, just want to let you know I put this video out. Leo sent me a message. Because you got to understand, like, all these people are friends. I like all these people. We chat. Well, most of them, we chat outside of just YouTube videos and stuff like that. But we can disagree, and that's okay. But the thing that really upset me about the tweet this weekend and about the reaction to it was because it didn't actually capture what I said. The tweet said, hey, Bitcoin's going up, maybe within 2 weeks of September 28th or 27th, whatever it said. Take your profits now. But that's not really what we're trying to say here. What we're trying to say here is we're still going to hit 100K. It's just going to be faster than people expect. And so I do believe that is going to happen. So these people.
But yeah, I think that should be good to hear you and Ben kind of go over both of your theories a lot more in the sense of like timeline, because it's not that there's no one person for sure that has the exact date and time of whenever this is going to happen, which is why we all come out here. We talk about what we think, what we've seen in the past, what our research shows, and we form our opinions. Now, his is, I don't know if he's put an exact date on it. I know he said 2022.
Yeah, most of these people say next year. And that's where I'll go down on this ship, saying it will not be next year. It will be in the fall. Whether my exact date is correct or exact 2-week timeline, whatever it may be, like, that doesn't matter. What does matter is the fall is when this is ending, whether it's October, November, or December. So what we could see, though, if Bitcoin were to run until November, we could potentially see altcoins run early next year, but Bitcoin certainly will not. And I don't think that's going to happen either.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And that's what keeps us here all the time watching this every single day, because we want to see what's going to happen.
Bro, talk about Elio's response. I don't watch any of these videos, so I don't know what anybody said. I don't watch any of those videos. But I know he messaged me and said he was going to do it before he did it. So it wasn't, so.
All right, well, let's get into it. And hopefully we could have a very special guest stopping by this afternoon.
Yeah, somebody says good news, everyone forget about Ether now. Like, and you know what? That's a great example, okay? The Ether thing is a great example, because what happened? We said that Bitcoin was gonna can you delete all those people that are doing that? Because they're from a Discord group. Let's get rid of all those people. So the point is you look back, right? How many people now do you hear talking about 2,500 by Valentine's Day? Nobody talks about it. You know why? Once it hit that number, and I was off by 6 weeks. It hit the number. You never heard anybody say anything about it again. And nobody talks about it now. Only as a joke when it goes below 2,500 and goes back up to it do you hear people talking about that. So ultimately, we'll be proven right. When Bitcoin was at $6,000 and I was telling everybody to buy it, I thought that when we got to these kinds of high numbers, that there would be credibility there, and people would be like, oh, you know what? He sure was saying this back then. If you did what he said then, you would be very well now. But it doesn't matter. They only care about what you say this week or this month. So it is what it is. Well, at least those people have got to be helping our view numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 1.27 million subscribers. We did tick up over the weekend. 552,000 followers on Twitter. Don't forget to come check out our meetup. I think we've had 200 to 300 people sign up so far. That's usually our target, about 300. We might have a few more than that, but if you guys could come over here and hit on Twitter, show the Twitter. Click on the Eventbrite link. It is a totally free meetup, as always. Everything we do meetup-wise is free. Come hang out, meet and greet. I will be wearing a cowboy hat. Maybe not for pictures, but I will be wearing a cowboy hat there at the meetup. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well. 288,000 followers there. Oh, and here's the details for the meetup. It's 3 to 6, by the way, Central Standard Time on Saturday the 25th. That is this weekend. All right, looking at the markets, we are now below $2 trillion. We are now below $2 trillion. This served as heavy support for the Bitcoin or for the overall crypto markets. Now, we've broken beneath that, which is not great. But like I said, this should be the final move down. Somebody said, how about those Falcons? Oh, gosh. We made it 25 to 28, and then Matt Ryan threw 2 pick sixes. You got to be kidding me.
That's exactly right.
You
were talking this morning about how the Ravens close out so well when they have big leads. I was just thinking about that driving in today. Like, the Falcons are the stereotype team that, like, if it's a close game, we're going to lose. And it's like,
it used to not be that way.
Yeah.
It's sad that that's what we've turned into. But the Ravens-Chiefs game last night was phenomenal. So many good games. So Seahawks-Titans game was great. Cowboys-Chargers game was great. A lot of great games yesterday. The Vikings and Cardinals.
I agree with SEC.
Why do you keep wearing Falcons shirts when UGA is undefeated? Come on, man. Well, look, I'm a much bigger Falcons fan than a Bulldogs fan. I didn't go to Georgia. So if I went, maybe I'd have a little more allegiance to them, but I love Georgia. I bleed black and red. But, at the same time, I am primarily an NFL guy. So how's it going? So, okay. We got some special guests coming in the studio here in a few minutes. So back to the markets, though, here. We were talking about how, we needed more volume. Well, look at the volume. It is up tremendously. Now, a lot of people believe that this is due to this Evergrande chaos that we'll be discussing here in just a little bit. What's up, man? Addressing in just a little bit. And we're going to talk about why it's not exactly what it seems and why it's nothing to be concerned about. This is being portrayed to be the thing that dumped the market this morning and the stock market. Not actually true. We were starting to see movement last night before this story actually got announced. As always, remember, a lot of these news stories are covers for what really, really, really goes down. So looking at the Bitcoin dominance number, it has gone up. Usually this is what we see when Bitcoin has a big move one way or the other. You see the Bitcoin dominance go up temporarily. ETH is down. It's going to cost you 70 Paraguays to send yourself a ETH transaction. As far as Bitcoin goes, I mean, guys, it's not great. Everything's down today pretty much. XRP down to 93 cents, getting absolutely crushed. Solana, $144. Polkadot back down to 29. See the biggest gainers of the day, if there are any. Cello still up. World Economic Forum loves them. OMG Network up. Biggest losers of the day, Audius crushed today, down 19% after a big announcement. Katy Perry, Nas, and Jason Derulo putting up $5 million for that. So I actually have a musician in here right now, so I'll have to see how I did on that a little bit later. I thought it sounded great. We got Thorchain, Elrond getting crushed today, which, man, oh, man, how about that?
Yeah.
We made a big investment in Elrond over the weekend, and that got crushed. Algorand, same thing, crushed. Avalanche, crushed. Everything crushed right now. It is what it is. It's a red day on the market. So let's go ahead. We'll move on to the Q&A. We're going to do Q&A, and then we're going to do charts. Then we're going to bring up our guest after that.
Yeah, I didn't start pulling questions. All right, so Q&A. Do you think XRP will still reach an all-time high this year?
Sure. Yeah, I do think so. I think it's one project that has not reached a new all-time high, and I think it is going to happen. So that pretty much is the gist of it. I mean, I've been pretty clear about my thoughts on that. I do believe that SEC case will be over soon.
Relevant.
Somebody said that was the worst Jason Derulo impression you've ever heard, ever in your life. How many of you heard? That's what I want to know.
Worse than last week's when you read about it the first time. Relevant realtors. Should we be loading up on right now Rune, Audius, or Digibyte? I mean,
Rune and Audius are two that have been doing real well. Digibyte, I would put on a different tier for sure. I mean, Digibyte isn't even. Is it crushed today? I'm not sure it is crushed today, but what is? Yeah, it's not even in the top 100. That's not why it's not showing up. So, I mean, I would just say Audius and Rune are hot. I'd say Digibyte is one that's kind of in the background. It is kind of a frustrating project when you feel like it should be moving and it's not. So I think that's, if you were saying between the three of those, which ones would I go to first? I would say Audius. I mean, they're just a $5 million investment from major celebrities put into it. Thorchain, I would say number two. It's already had kind of a massive pump. Audius has two. I would say Digibyte is one. He'll still get good gains, but I would say those ones I would do first.
Thanks for that super chat, Louis Mora. Very happy with the Pluto Alliance. A lot of you guys, if you have those aliens, are doing very well.
Well, let me show this. This is actually Black Hole 116. And I think this thing sold for, I thought you said it sold for $19,000. Maybe it's $9,000. This says reserve price not met. I think we did sell one of these black holes for $9,000. I think like 0.09 ETH is the floor for these right now. But one of these sold, is that right, DZ? It's over 19,000? 19,000. Well, now the amount that 19,000 was spent on is worth 15. But $19,000. So these things are going really well. The secondary market is crushing on the Pluto Alliance. So, once again, as always, thank you guys so much for supporting that project.
So this is a little bit of an interesting question. Do you think that Chinese real estate could be a trigger for more Black Swan events?
What we're seeing right now is not a Black Swan event for Evergrande. This actually happens every 2 to 3 years in China, where they take over a major company. So this is not something that is going to, ruin the economy like people are saying. They do own, I think it's 4% of the world real estate, somewhere around there. They build, I can't remember exactly what they do, but 4% is the number I saw. So it is a very significant amount. But I do not believe that this is something that is a Black Swan event. However, you have to look, these are all chess pieces being moved. These are all pawns being moved on a larger board that is leading to the Black Swan event of deflation later this year.
All right.
And I want you guys to continue to think about this, okay? The largest idea that we've been talking about on this show lately has been the idea of deflation changing. That's the game changer for crypto, stock market, housing market, everything. When that happens, the job market, everything. When you start looking at these stories with the perspective of what's coming with deflation, all of a sudden they give a whole new meaning. They get a whole new meaning. So.
Let's see. Somebody says smells like Lehman Brothers out there. Question: does your guy on the inside who says that BTC is going to pump take into account other manipulators and FUD that keep pushing the dates back? Is it more like institution versus institution?
It is for sure. It is for sure. This person's on one side, and his network is on one side, and then there's a whole other side out there. And the point here is these are definitely institution versus institution at this point. But most of the actors fall in line, and they want more accumulation, while this particular one seems to want the price to go up and not get taken heavily to the downside. It's a large game of, once again, a large game of chess. But yeah, it's all taken into consideration. His date has never changed, by the way. I mentioned this earlier. All I've been told, all the October 20 or September 28th stuff, the Halloween to Thanksgiving stuff for altcoins, that's all my personal research on what we did for years on the channel studying the cycles. The date I've been told is not a specific date. It's a season, which is the fall. So keep that in mind.
Okay, and let's see. Last question. Oh, somebody said, okay, I'm buying Eagle. That's why I watch. We did mention last week, I think Friday, that we were going to go over the 4 big coins that we allocated into. Do we want to let people know what those were?
Yeah, we will be doing a video on Thursday where we're going to detail, our portfolio and what we just did. But yeah, the 4 big projects, or the 5 big projects that we put money into. XRP, we put $500,000 into. Elrond, Algorand, HBAR, and Avalanche. Whatever was left over, we put in Avalanche. So I think we were supposed to put $500K in each one of those, but the market is dumped, so I don't know exactly what it is. But that was done over the weekend. So we were trying to do our part. I thought we sold everything. No, we just put $2 million more in crypto. So
I think and it was mostly done on Friday, Friday and early Saturday. So actually, some of those dumps aren't as painful as they could be, because they pumped a lot and then retraced, obviously. So, all right, let's do some charts real quick.
Okay. All right, check out the charts here. Let's go over here to the DIT. Now, I will say this. I was looking at the Bitcoin chart earlier here. And if you go down to the 30-minute, 45-minute, 1 hour, all the way to the 1 hour chart, you're seeing a lot of manipulation X's. Obviously, the smaller the time frame, the more manipulation X's you get. We're being sold this story that the Evergrande, news is what dumped the market. Like I said, this is something that happens every few years. China takes over a company. China just took over Alibaba here recently from Jack Ma, made him sign it over. So this is something that we see. This is nothing to be super concerned about, in my opinion. But, I mean, look, it's kind of like this. Here's what you have to understand about. Now look at this. Crypto Brenda here says, we love Crypto Brenda. She says, I heard on Meet Kevin today that 70% of the crypto market is institutional investing. That's probably, I'm not going to say that's accurate for sure, but it's not far off. It's a huge amount. When you look at the number of the largest 100 wallets that have been created since 2019, all institutions. All institutions. They're the only people with enough money to come in and buy up Bitcoin in 2019 at $6,000, $7,000, enough to have one of the largest 100 wallets. They're the only people with money that big. So if you understand the way these institutions work, I don't understand how anyone actually doubts anything we're saying. Like, you think it's just retailers out there? We're just, buying and selling? Let me explain how this works. You get a big story like the Chinese story, okay, with Evergrande. We'll talk about what that means here in a few minutes. You get the story. The market dumps. It's made to look like it's because that story, but then the retail sentiment is what carries it to new lows. You have one act of manipulation, and then the retail will push it down further or will stop the bleeding. And what we saw today is it pushed it down further. Any moves that you see Bitcoin making in the middle of the night or early in the wee hours of the morning, these are the Asian market. So basically the Asian markets dipped 3% this morning, and that's what kind of triggered the retail sentiment sell-off after that. But the biggest move was actually done, I don't know how many hours, let's see, that's about 9 o'clock last night. Now, this actually started even further before that. This started at about 9 o'clock yesterday morning is when, things started tumbling. But then when the true manipulation came in, or this is the 30-minute chart, when the true manipulation came in, I should have been on the hour. When the true manipulation came in, this would have been somewhere in this range down here. So how do I feel about CryptoVase saying 64K is the forever top? His belief stems from the fact that F2 Pool still has 90% of their Bitcoin, I guess, and they have their finger on the trigger. Love CryptoVase. You should stick to charts. Sorry, no offense, CryptoVase. No offense. Look, 64K is definitely not the top. 70% is institutional. What does that mean, institutional? These are hedge funds. These are banks. These are places that have assets under management that need big returns. They need big returns. 64K to the top forever. 70% of crypto investing is institutional, and they're just going to, we'll just lose money forever. That's not the way that it works. If you could continue removing those people. Okay. Thank you, Damon, for that. Okay, well, we'll look at the Ethereum chart here. What a nice chart. That's why I don't like to look at the hourly. It looks so brutal. This doesn't look much better, guys. We are now officially back below what was our accumulation zone there for a long time, starting at about 3162. We really need this thing to close above this, I think, or else we might have trouble getting back up in the zone because this was a really strong resistance here at 3155. But overall, look, I mean, when it comes to Ethereum is going to dump when Bitcoin dumps, and it just is what it is. We're never going to see anything different than that, to be honest with you, for a long time, maybe one day, of course. So, if you know it started at 9 a.m. yesterday, why didn't you say anything? I didn't know that until I just looked at the chart. You look at the chart and you see where it started. While it's going on, it's not like I immediately know where the manipulation. A manipulation is a lagging indicator. You're not going to know it's manipulation until afterwards. Unless you see the giant candle. Sometimes you see the candle, it's so giant, there's something behind it. But your first thought is always, is there something triggering this? Like, what is triggering this? Is there news coming out right now? And a lot of times you'll find out the news came out later. But remember, it's all a facade. It's all made to look like everything is natural, but we know it's not. So, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's bring up our special guest here. Let me get this going here. A lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Come on up.
Come on up. Join them up. There we go.
Let's do it. Okay, so you're over there?
No, well, yeah, I was going to let you take the either side. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, thanks, man. We're in that ATL,
Right on the money.
Yeah. So
there we go.
This is Akon and Young Beezy. Is that what they call me? Akon and Young Beezy.
Jeezy.
No, but my name starts with B.
Ah.
You didn't.
I forgot who I was in the room with.
Yeah.
It's the new Beezy right here.
Yeah,
Daddy.
new Beezy. That's right, man. So, Akon, what's going on, man? What do you think about these markets, man?
Actually, it's interesting, but I don't follow the market as much.
Yeah.
I'm more of an instinct guy.
Yeah. Follow the instincts.
Yeah, I'm an instinct guy. Instincts got me this far. The market kind of confuses me. I think it's similar to what you just said earlier. It's made to look natural, but it's all manipulated.
Yeah, and I'm sure being somebody that's been, with some other high level people, you probably know a lot of that goes on.
Right. There's a lot of insider information going on.
A lot of it. So, so if you guys know, Akon, he came on the channel maybe like 6 months ago. We had him on talking about Acoin and what you got going on with that. This is something a lot of people are really interested in. I noticed if you search Akon, like on Google, one of the first things that autofills is Acoin. So a lot of people are really interested in this. I'm really interested to, figure out where everything stands right now, because I know you had a lot going on 6 months ago. Talk about first, what is Acoin? What's going on with the digital city? And then we can move into what you guys have been doing lately.
No, absolutely. So Acoin is the cryptocurrency that's created for Africa. It's the African coin. Ultimately, as you know, Africa is developing. It's the new and it's the future. It's not much that can convince you of that.
Yeah.
The rest of the world is developed. Only place left is a place that holds over 1.5 billion people that's 30% developed. And it's a continent that's the second biggest continent in the globe.
Yeah.
So that's where all your future investments should be going. And Acoin is one of the leading, you could say, financial tools that's created to be able to support the local currencies that's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So ultimately, it is the future. As you know, money's gone digital. Everyone's holding on to those dollar bills that you won't be able to use in a few years.
Yeah.
So crypto clearly is the future of it.
Well, I want you to tell the story, because I think one of the most fascinating things that I took away from our last time that we talked was the way they use phone cards as currency in Africa.
Right. So that was the beauty of it. And that was one of the main reasons and motivations for creating Acoin, because we realized in Africa, the phone credits were not only popular, but more valuable than the currency itself.
Yeah.
Like you can go into crazy, right? So you can go into the rural areas and people were using phone credits to trade for fruit, fish, basic groceries.
Yeah.
So Acoin kind of adapted that whole market, created what you call the atomic swap, where you can actually take all your phone credits and convert them into Acoins and utilize real currency at that point.
Yeah, so I think it's really interesting, because I think one thing that I've been thinking about a lot when it comes to the situation is how much of that comes from the lack of trust in the governments over there. Like that's why the money's got no value, right?
Yeah, the trust has something to do with it, but a lot of it has a lot to do with policy, unstable government, and it's like the resources there aren't controlled by Africans. They're controlled by neighboring countries. Y'all know the story. So ultimately, the currency has no value outside of its local region. Mm-hmm. You can't trade it outside of the local region, and that was one of the main reasons that we said, okay, Acoin will be the fiat local currency supporter, because once you convert your local currency into Acoin, you can leave Africa and still be able to, trade your money, basically, to an extent.
Well, and you said some of that came from when you grew up in Africa. You were coming over here half the time, spent half your time in Africa.
Right.
Senegal, correct?
In Senegal.
And what was going is you'd come over here, and then you'd go back and realize that the money there was absolutely worthless.
It was absolutely worthless. Listen, the craziest coin. This what really triggered everything, because I had a pocket full of what you call CFA. That's what we're spending in Senegal, right? Now, mind you, the French created this money for us, printed and distributed to us.
Yeah.
I was going to New York by way of Paris. Got on a plane and realized, damn, I didn't get a chance to change this money. It's cool. When I get to Paris, I can just switch it over for US bucks. I get to the money exchange. So yeah, I want to change this over for US. They like, I'm sorry, we can't take that. I said, what do you mean? It's your money. You made it for us. It's not worth shit here. Like, it's not worth nothing. They say, yeah, unfortunately, we can't take it. It's not worth anything here.
It's like trying to use a Walmart gift card at Target. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Akon don't shop at Target. He don't know.
That's exactly it. And actually I do. I shop at Walmart.
You shop at Walmart?
I love Walmart.
Who don't shop at Walmart, man? I love Walmart.
I like Walmart better than Target, actually.
Do you really? Yeah. Well, my wife loves Target. I like running into Walmart sometimes. They got more stuff.
They got way more stuff.
You know what I mean? I do like the Target's got a Starbucks in there. But so let's talk about, because I see a lot of comments here about Acoin and what you guys have going. This is a kind of a different kind of project than. And
actually, I just see something that says Akon is as short as BitBoy. No,
no, he has tiptoes over here, man.
I'm a lot taller than him.
He's wearing 12-inch heels over here, guys. Don't worry. Now, I'll tell you, Akon, I looked up your height before you came on because I have to do that because my people are so crazy about my height. They say you're 5'10". Well, I'm also 5'10", so I think you're like 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot. Yeah. 6 flat.
Google is wrong. When are we going to have Google put my height up when people search it? I wonder if people search my height. Well, I bet they do.
Don't tempt them or they'll put bad information. It'll be,
they don't update often, so you might be stuck.
I was sitting here, I said, I looked it up, he was 5'10", and I feel like he's a little taller than me, okay? So it's true. So, but listen, so don't make a lot of height jokes. That's what they do. They love making height jokes with me. I don't know why. They think would you consider me to be a short person?
No, you're actually not short.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's not short.
Thank you.
Like, I'm 6 feet.
I'm like a normal sized man.
Look that, like, from a distance, this way it looks, but then when we come closer, you see I get taller, but then...
Yeah. he went like this. Get out of here. So listen, I see a lot of people talking about Acoin, and the purpose of the show is not to come on here and like shill some project. It doesn't sponsor or anything. You guys it's a different kind of project because you're actually trying to really, you're actually trying to change stuff in Africa. This isn't necessarily about like a coin that people are going to buy and expect some kind of like 100x return on it or anything like that, correct?
In the future, it's going to be that.
Yeah.
But you have to invest today.
Yeah.
It's no different from when Bitcoin was where it was until, I don't know, like 40 fucking something thousand and change today. But we're going to be the first in all of the African continent to literally be utilized in every case imaginable. So if you don't invest now, you're really losing. Like you're gonna lose your moment.
Yeah.
Now's the time to go in while we're under at $1.
So what have you guys been doing lately? Because I know, like we had talked before, what have you been doing in like the last 6 months for Acoin?
Oh man, I'm super excited because I know forever everyone was like, yo, when are you gonna be part of an exchange that you can trade and buy in the US? And then we just closed our deal with Bitmart.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing so far. Like I'm excited. You know me, I'm like the turtle. I'm not a rabbit.
Yeah.
I'm not just going, I'm gonna take our time, my whole team, like we're super, super conscious of how these things work. We want to make sure we stay on the market forever. We want to be stable. We want to make all the right decisions. So we're slowly walking into these markets, not only doing test case studies, but we're also moving into the point where we know that we can enter the market and be stable for as long as possible. Yeah.
And so I see people asking about, they're saying Akon City. Is that what they're calling it? Akon City?
Yeah, Akon City. That's the city that we're building in
Senegal. It's like digital city. Where everybody's going to get kind of like paid in Acoin. Like,
well, it's the actual city. It's the actual city that we're building in construction.
So where it is currently right now being built, is that already a city or did you, I don't know.
No, it's just land.
Land, okay.
It's just land of 2,000 acres that the city's actually being built on.
Yeah.
So once the city's fully built, then your currency in that city will be Acoin.
Yeah, that's awesome. So TJ, can we check land in Senegal and see if we can get a BitBoy city right next to Akon City?
Listen, I got more land for you.
Oh, you got land for me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, you told me I could come out there and get a burger.
1,000%. The best burger
It's the best burger ever. I said, I don't really like to travel international because I like to eat American food, like hamburgers. You said, we have the best hamburgers there are.
We got the best hamburgers.
Yeah. So, well, cool, man. Well, I think, I think this is important for people to hear because we have days like today where the markets are not doing great and people are like, getting crypto was a bad decision and all this. But what you guys are doing with Akon City and with Acoin, it's bigger than just money. It's bigger than just an investment. It's like an investment in people, and it's an investment into the future of a place where there's a lot of unbanked people.
Absolutely.
Where the money, the fiat system there is, absolutely wrecked. So it's good to know that like there's things going on in blockchain that are actually more important than just did you make an extra $25 today?
1,000%.
You know?
1,000%. Absolutely. And
Well,
as you know, when you invest in people, there's always going to be a reward, without a doubt.
100%. So we're looking forward to seeing it develop more. We've been following this. We had a lot of good responses from our interviews that we've done with you, and certainly look forward to having you back on. And you're hanging out today for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm here with you, bro.
Okay.
You and I.
Yeah, cool, man.
And I can hear some more of those Derulo.
Jason Derulo, Akon, and Young Beezy. How many of y'all get the chance to sing in front of Akon?
Yeah.
Akon, what's your biggest hit?
Actually, you know what?
I like Smack That. That's my favorite one, I think. You know what? I like the one that's on the Biggie Duets album the best.
Oh no, dude, that one is a monster.
That's my favorite one.
That's a monster.
Yeah, what's the name of that one again? What's the name of it?
That was what was the title of that one?
Like had an elevator or something in it, right? It's going up.
I just
can't
caught a
remember his
block.
own song.
Dude, I got so many titles.
Yeah, I know you do.
I don't even know
hey, what was the name of that title of that video that you did, a year and a half ago? I don't know what the name of it is.
Hustler Story?
Hustler Story.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Hustler Story.
that's it. That's
that record is a monster, bro.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
love that record, man.
Well, do you own Bitcoin? People are asking.
Funny enough, I traded all my Bitcoins for Stellar Lumens.
Wow. Okay.
Because Acoin sits on Stellar.
Oh, that's right. I remember
and I know where
that.
the future of that is going.
Yeah.
So I banked all on Stellar.
Interesting. We trash Stellar a lot on this channel.
No, but it's okay because we're gonna rebuild them.
Yeah. I like it. Well, but my argument for it is just, we've been talking a lot about XRP, and that a lot of the XLM stuff we think is going to end up moving over to XRP before it's over with. So
right. I mean, you could follow the hype, but I'm seeing what Stellar is doing in the continent.
Yeah.
And I know, like.
Well, then that's important. I mean, it's, we know XLM is doing something in Ukraine, and there's been some other places where they're talking about it, and you know what they're doing in Africa. It sounds like it's important too. I actually didn't know they were doing stuff. And other than I do remember that they were on that you guys were built on XLM.
Yeah, that's why we chose Stellar, because all the great things they're doing in Africa. But they think in the long, like they're in the long game.
Yeah.
So now's the time to jump in it while they're low.
Well, you hear it.
Listen,
heard it here first.
Buy them.
Yeah, I like it. You heard it here first. Buy all the XLM in existence. Was that financial advice?
Yeah.
Oh God, you can't say that. Hey, God, you can't say financial advice.
Listen,
life advice.
Oh, now he's about to get locked up.
That's life advice. That's life advice.
He came up, big boy, got locked up. You gotta love that. You gotta love that, man. Mm-hmm. All right. So, well, Akon, we're gonna jump back to the news.
Nice.
We're gonna jump back to the news here. And we'll maybe bring it back on at the end if people got some. Maybe we do a little Q&A at the end.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
All right,
do that.
Cool. Let's do that, man.
Big time.
All right, bro.
All right.
We'll see you in a minute.
Grab a coffee. Son.
Yeah. Grab a coffee. You gotta sit in the peanut gallery back there. Well, that was fun.
That was.
I live such a weird life.
You do.
I live such a weird life. We got Akon. Hey, did you like me singing in front of him?
Yeah, that was something.
That was something. I mean, people loved it, I think.
Somebody did.
You think the chat loved it?
No. Yeah.
No, the chat didn't love it?
Twist.
Twist and more?
Yeah, like, there we go.
There, people like to see the Apple. Can we get a BitBoy logo back there?
We can do whatever we want.
They said Akon is Ben's guy. I like Akon. I'm a big fan of Akon.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. All right, let's move on. Let's check out the stories, though, because we do have this really big story going on here. Is this
real quick?
Yes.
If you guys like that, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you guys like that? Hit that like button. We got 16,400 viewers, 4,000 likes. So we got a lot of likes for this, over 25% so far. But let's get at least to 9,000. I think we can get there today, guys. If you could, if you come hit that like button. If you're watching on mobile, X out, hit like, come back in the mobile chat. And then if you're watching on smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, more actions, more options. Is that the Akon height difference?
Yeah. I played with all the cameras.
That was right. They said he was 5'10". As soon as he got up here, I said,
no way he's 5'10".
There's no way he's 5'10".
Yeah.
So, but y'all heard.
Google eyes.
The big story that comes out of this interview today, Akon says BitBoy is normal sized. You guys remember that?
And yeah, if you guys start dropping those questions throughout the rest of the show for Akon, I'll pull them as we're going through the news, and then we'll do that Q&A at the end.
Oh yeah, we should have covered the lawsuit with Celsius today. We didn't actually bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm 2 inches shorter than Akon. That's right. I am shorter because he's actually 6 foot. You heard it here first. Bitcoin falls as much as 10% as risky assets tumble globally. Regulatory concerns intensify. Now, a lot of the regulatory concerns here are having to do with stablecoins, which we've been talking about. Why stablecoins are being targeted. They're being targeted because there's this move to get rid of stablecoin staking. That's what they don't want. It hurts the bond yields. When you can stake something with a guaranteed return like stablecoin staking with a still asset that doesn't move, that competes with the bond market. And if you guys don't know if you don't know this, and this stuff I didn't know, guys. I didn't know this. If you would have asked me 8 months ago, I would have told you this was crazy. I didn't even understand what a bond market was. But the bond market drives the entire economy of the world. And if you start digging into the bond markets and how they started, you might be able to get some clues on what's really going on in the world's financial system. But the bond market drives everything. A lot of these threats towards Coinbase, it's all from the bond market. So we're seeing a lot of regulatory news for stablecoins. That is why. It's not about the stablecoins themselves. It's about the staking. Bitcoin drops below 44K. Evergrande contagion fears hit crypto. So what is this about? Contagion fears from the mounting problems at embattled property group, China Evergrande Group. Evergrande, the world's most indebted developer, owns more than $300 billion, but Chinese authorities have warned banks the company won't be able to pay debt obligations due Mondays. This is going down today. Evergrande said Sunday it has begun repaying investors in its wealth management products with real estate, which is interesting because this comes right on the heels of announcing that you can no longer buy speculative real estate in China. How crazy is that? So very interesting. A lot of this has to do with Hong Kong. They're scared. Some people are saying there's a lot of monopolies in Hong Kong, which is absolutely true. Base and Bodybuilding says we need an Akon and Ben show. How about that? You know the name of it, obviously.
Yeah.
BitBoy and Akon.
I thought it was Akon and Young Beezy.
Yeah, it is the Akon. That's actually what I was going to say, but I was like, it'd be funnier if I put my name in front of his. So, do you know how many views his videos on YouTube have?
How many?
Just take a guess. Like on average, like his top, 5 to 7.
I mean, songs crush. You're talking about music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be millions and millions. Maybe 5
Like
million, 10 million?
600 to 800 million. Yeah, he has one that's got almost 1 billion.
That's insane.
Is that nuts?
On one video?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll look it up. I'll show you. I'll show it to you right now.
Wow.
If you go here and you go to,
I would have thought like 10 million, several with 10 million, but hundreds of millions. That's wow.
Oh, we should subscribe to Akon. He's got 10 million subscribers. Is this the one? 626 million. 801 million for Smack That. 714 million for Lonely. That's wild. I guess his 800 is his top one. He's got several more of 429 million.
Wow.
He released one 3 weeks ago. It's only got 587,000, so still ticking up. Still time to get in early on this one, as Altcoin Daily would say. But back to the Evergrande stuff. I just want to wrap this up, and I want to say that this is not abnormal what we're seeing with Evergrande. This happens in China. People are extra alarmed by this because of the fact you're going to move to the next thing. Let's just zip through after this. But people are seeing that there is, real estate involved in this, and it makes people concerned, especially based off of a lot of stuff we've been telling you, that there is a larger, crash coming, not for crypto necessarily. Crypto will be included in it, but for a lot more than that. Go down. Oh, Kevin Cat. I thought it said Kevin Hart.
That would be cool.
No, I knew it wouldn't actually be him, but I thought maybe somebody was in. They're taking pictures with Akon out there. You know what kind of irritates me a little bit? Like, look, I love Akon. He's a great guy. But our staff doesn't ask for pictures with me.
They got 'em.
Couple of them have. That's true. On their first day.
As I say, they get pictures with you every day. You actually force them to take pictures with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a picture? No. Hey, somebody recognized me in my kid's travel tournament yesterday.
Hey.
Literally waiting like right by the dugout as we were done. He's like, "Are you BitBoy?" I was like, "Yeah." It's pretty funny. He said he saw me. Do you know what it reminds me of? Got to be careful yelling at umpires when people might know who I am.
Yep.
All right, moving on here. Coinbase secures another millionaire deal with the U.S. government to let them use its blockchain analytics software. Now, this is a really big story. Coinbase just closed a $1.36 quadrillion deal, or $13.6 million. What does that say?
1.36.
That point looks like it looks like 136. Is it 1.3? Just kidding. That was an Easter egg for y'all. $1.36 million contract with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office. Now, we were talking about that this morning, TJ, and you had mentioned, you kind of saw through this. What was your take on this?
To me, they're doing a bill or a deal with the government here for tracking transactions and people and following the money, basically. I thought it was interesting that Coinbase has done 2 deals with the U.S. government now, one with the Secret Service, and then this one here with these guys, not FBI, not SEC, but branches of government that are above and kind of long-standing. They're not voted in, they're not voted out, especially the Secret Service one. They're just trying to get their hands around tracking all this stuff, and basically every transaction, every, all the people. They're using this to track people, basically. Yeah. This was a deal with the ICE. Yeah.
And the SEC threatening to sue Coinbase. Meanwhile, other government agencies are working hand in hand with them.
Like, saying we're desperately need you.
Yeah. So let's think about this, guys. Remember, they all work together, but it's smoke and mirrors to make them look like they're not always on the same team. But the truly troubling thing about this is we are handing over all of our crypto transactions to the U.S. government, right? Through Coinbase. But who has their hooks into Coinbase? Digital Currency Group. Okay, we're gonna tie this right back to the Chinese Evergrande story. Who was one of the first investors in Digital Currency Group? I can't remember. I think it was called Second Markets first, I think, or Genesis Markets. Can't remember exactly what it was when it started. This is before Barry Silbert was handpicked to be the leader of Digital Currency Group. Okay, that'd be none other than Hong Kong tycoon and billionaire Li Ka-shing, one of the first investors in the Digital Currency Group. We are handing over, we are merging our homeland security with the CCP. That's what we're seeing here. If you don't think this is what we're seeing, you're blind. They are infiltrating everything. They own almost 20 or over 25% of a gigantic Canadian city that you would all know, which I've said before. They are, and what's the relevance of Canada to the CCP? That's how they get into the American markets, is through Canada. Because Chinese government or Chinese companies cannot invest into the stock market. It's not allowed. But if they go through Canada and establish businesses there, then there are ways to get them to do it. So it's very concerning that we're handing a lot of our information over to the CCP, our FBI, our Homeland Security, ICE. I think ICE was involved in this, our Immigration Service.
Yep.
So, hey, you get all the information from the Immigration Service, start, working with the Digital Currency Group. Now, all of a sudden, they know where the holes in the border are. They all kinds of stuff to be able to send other people over here. And I'm not talking about Hispanic people. So, full moon tonight. Is that tonight?
That is tonight.
Oh, it's the 20th.
It's the 20th.
Oh, today's the bottom.
Mm-hmm. According to Marin.
According to Marin, according to the full moon. So
I'll take it.
So I said China already has all our data. I mean, yeah, to some extent that is correct, but they can always have more. If you look at some of the stories about how in the Canadian market they would do things like they would go in and they would buy surveillance system companies. This is scary. Okay. The CCP would send somebody over, buy a surveillance company, and now they have access to the closed circuit cameras of every place that company services. Now they start going to specific businesses they want to target. They want to get secret information, and they install cameras, and nobody knows because nobody checks to see who owns the company. So that's kind of a pattern that they've used in the past. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on here. Former ICE Clear Europe chief joins Coinbase as strategic advisor. Pretty interesting. Optimistic Ethereum unveils one-click layer 2 deployment. This is something we're going to be talking about a little later in the week. We will be talking about some different things with Ethereum, some improvements that I feel like Ethereum can move or can do to make it better in the short term. Developers will be able to deploy contracts to layer 2 easier, one-click deployment scheduled for October. Arbitrum is the most popular layer 2 at the moment, but look, I'm not trying to fight it at all. Didn't Arbitrum get hacked over the weekend or something? I thought I saw something about that.
There was definitely news with it. I didn't.
Let me see what it was.
I don't know if it was a hack.
Let's see. Oh, it was knocked offline the same time Solana was, is what it was. Yeah. It was not hacked. But let me just type in Arbitrum and see what comes up here. Solana and Arbitrum knocked offline while Ethereum, we covered that last week. Arbitrum surpassed 1.5 billion total value locked, so pretty interesting. I could have sworn there was something else that I saw. Maybe it was on TikTok about Arbitrum, but I can't find it now. So Arbitrum is a good project. We like Arbitrum. It's not something to stay away from, I believe. But Ethereum scaling solutions provider Optimism has detailed its latest upgrade, which will make deploying to Layer 2 much easier for developers. In a blog post on September 18th, Optimistic Ethereum revealed that it was in the process of developing a way to deploy smart contracts onto its platform with just a click. Currently building and testing Ethereum virtual machine compatible software and protocols take time and effort. Optimism's embarked on the mission of trimming code. Now, Cartesi, another project that uses optimistic rollups, but it's not the same project, obviously. We'll have a video on Cartesi, I think, next weekend, I think. The upgrade removes their custom compiler, over 25,000 lines of other code. State of Layer 2s. According to Dune Analytics, the Optimism Ethereum bridge has a total value locked of 37. That was at 370 million. What's wrong with me? 37 million, though this figure is lower. Oh, we're on the wrong one. We're in the wrong. This is the new. Can you move down? Well, this is new ETH upgrade. Sorry, we'll get back. We'll get to XRP.
It got out of order.
Yeah, it got out of order. So we'll come back to that here in just a second. Arbitrum's bridge has a whopping 2.7 billion in collateral lock, largely due to the FOMO surrounding a yield farm that launched. Arbitrum sequencer went down last week, at the same time Solana did. Polygon's ERC bridge is the second largest, followed by Avalanche. So very interesting stuff with Layer 2s. Let's move on to this story here. So just start this over so people know we're still here. And then we'll just skip the other one when we get down there. Yep, there we go. Ripple has no plans to settle with SEC over XRP. Confident Gensler will drop the lawsuit. And this is a story that came out. A lot of people were tagging me in. I don't know if you guys know. I mean, this is all positioning. That's what this whole thing is positioning here. They're positioning with confidence. But this has already been decided. They will get a look. If they end up, what are you showing me?
Speaking of positioning, can you just scooch over a little bit?
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
So that's that dead space you were showing me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel dead inside today.
Sad.
Amid the ongoing lawsuit with the U.S. SEC, Ripple's legal team reportedly said they have no plans to settle with the securities watchdog. Confident Gensler will be convinced that pursuing the case is picking winners and losers in the crypto business to the detriment of innovation. Ripple's legal team told Fox Business it has no plans to settle the lawsuit. Ripple's legal team says they're confident. This is the same paragraph 3 times in a row, basically. In January, Garlinghouse was asked why Ripple did not settle with the SEC. He replied, "Can't get into specifics, but no, we tried and will continue to try with the new administration to resolve this in a way so the XRP community can continue innovating, consumers are protected, and orderly markets are preserved." Gensler has shown that he recognizes innovation. Talking to Cynthia Lummis. Is that how you say it? Lummis?
Supposedly.
Yeah, like hummus, but with an L. Lummis. Mm-hmm. Do you support responsible innovation? He said, "Oh my gosh, yes. I need a new skull mask." I mean, it's brought us these lights in the room. He literally comparing crypto to electricity. That's the takeaway here. Innovation brought us lights, fire, lizard skin. Brought us the ability to have a hybrid hearing with your fellow members. Listen to this. Listen to this. It's brought us the ability to have a hybrid hearing with your fellow members. It's given us the technology to be able to sue people in the U.S. This is great. I hate this guy. Montgomery Burns, they call him He says that Satoshi Nakamoto's innovation is real. It spurred the development of crypto assets and the underlying blockchain technology. Said it has been and could continue to be a catalyst for change in the fields of finance and money. So, okay, pretty interesting there. XRP is a security, says trader Peter Brandt. So, XRP community, hear me out here. I don't like this guy, Peter Brandt. I've never liked this guy, Peter Brandt. Never liked this guy. Where is these? This is your supreme leader and commander, XRP Army. I think you guys need to set this guy straight. You need to tell him what the deal is. He's on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter, Peter Brandt. Let him know what you think about him saying that this is a security. Now, the interesting thing is when it's ruled not to be a security, where are you going to be at, though? Where are you going to be at, though? What's it going to say then? Like, oh, I guess the people that determine whether it's a security or not, I guess they're wrong. Maybe that's what he's going to say. He spent more than 4 decades navigating commodity markets, still believes it's an unregistered security. He's trying to get your project to zero. That's what he wants. That being said, the regulatory uncertainty surrounding the Ripple-affiliated crypto wouldn't prevent the veteran trader from owning it under the right securities. I would love to buy some securities, some unregistered securities. Brandt, a longtime Ripple critic, famously urged the SEC to classify it as a security less than 2 months before the actual lawsuit. Yeah, but how many people have been saying that forever, though?
Yep.
You know, you were saying it. Still may say it.
No, I never really was hard on the fact that it was a security. I just didn't like, what at the time, especially back then when there wasn't a lot of use for it, like when you didn't have to use XRP to use the products, it just didn't make sense to me. And I felt like they were just preying on people that didn't really understand blockchain and tokenomics, were most of the people that were in, especially 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Securities watchdog also went after CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. Did not go after Jed McCaleb, by the way. Today's not the day to probably talk about him, but despite the infamous speech of its former high-ranking official, William Hinman, as he's yet to take a stance on the regulatory status of Ether. He doesn't believe Ether is a security because it's an entirely different structure. SEC Chair Gary Gensler told the New York Times both Ether and XRP had to be classified as security. So pretty interesting.
I feel like
stuff.
they just want it to be confusing.
Yeah,
because they already did come out and say Bitcoin is not a security, Ethereum is not a security. Those are the only two they've made definite statements on. So now they're trying to backtrack on some of that. It's just stupid.
Oh, man, they never can make up their mind. Never can make up their mind. Cardano creator proposes new term for smart contracts.
Oh, boy.
I want a new term for NFTs. I don't like the term nifties. I don't know what I want, but I think a new term for NFTs would be great. I'm constantly asking people for that. Nobody can ever give me a good one. Cardano smart contracts are not smart contracts per se, according to Matthias Bencourt. IO Global, input output global CEO Charles Hoskinson recently tweeted, term smart contract is actually a misnomer when it comes to Cardano. It could have been a nomer, but it's a misnomer. What about a Mr. Nomer? Instead, he suggests the community has to refer to the new functionality as programmable validators. Why are you making it more complicated, Charles? Let's make it less complicated. Let's make it less complicated. The semantical inaccuracy was initially noted by IOG developer Matthias Bencourt. In his thread, he claims Cardano's programmability is drastically different from competing blockchains of the likes of Ethereum and Solana because of its EUTXO transaction model. Hence, smart contracts cannot be actually deployed on Cardano. Unlike Ethereum, Solana, Algorand, and Al, that's what I say, et al, maybe, and Al, and all. What is that supposed to say?
I don't know.
AI should both be capitalized. I don't know. There's no such thing as deploying a smart contract on Cardano. Instead, validators are implicitly referred to by hashes prior to their use, and they are disclosed upon activation. Bencourt further explains that the community tends to mix up validators and smart contracts, and he acknowledges that adopting other terms, such as on-chain validators, will be challenging from a marketing perspective. In the end, smart contracts feels like an imprecise term. Rather, I'd prefer more specific terms such as on-chain validators and off-chain code. I reckon this is a hard one for marketing, though.
You think?
I like the word reckon. Cardano rolled out on September 12th. Now, here's the thing. We had snowflakes. That's not a flakes. That's not a bad name. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Always explicit. But the thing is with Cardano right now is there was a article that came out that said Cardano was due for a massive correction, like a 40% correction. We were over $3. We're now down like 30, almost 30%. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Here's what's so hard about the markets. You see that article and you blow it off because you say, these look so hot. We got smart contracts. There's no way it's going to dip down. But what happened? Bitcoin tanked. Everything tanked. And when everything tanked, guess what tanked along with it? What is that?
I don't know. Just a bunch of nonsense.
You couldn't see it? Go back up.
It's gone now.
It looks like one of those magic eyes. Is that a whispering eye or a magic eye? It's a whispering eye, I think. Do you know what that is, TJ?
I was going to say this is a slippery slope when you're going down.
Yeah. Probably is. That's from a movie. I don't know. Cardano rolled out the much awaited Alonzo hard fork. And like I said, we've seen the price go down. But this is not because Cardano just doesn't have momentum. It's because the market is crushed. Okay? The market is crushed, and unfortunately, that's what's going on there. So sad to see, it play out that way, but it is what it is. All right, let's go down to PayPal. We're going to cover these real quick, and then we'll bring Akon back on. PayPal. Yeah. Wait, you go back up there? Yeah. Well, do we have some questions? Did you get some questions?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. PayPal completes rollout of crypto offering in UK. I saw a couple about.
There's a couple.
First international expansion outside US. So very interesting here. UK will now be able to buy crypto. This will be, when is the date on this? PayPal announced it was launching a crypto service in late October last year. In March, they announced checkout with crypto. Let's see. Payments giant PayPal announced Friday it's completed the rollout of its crypto offering. So they're already able to buy it. Their rollout began in late August. The company announced the launch of its crypto service in the US. So, very interesting to see that. Turkish president announces war against crypto. Wow. What a turkey.
You heard El Salvador bought the dude. They have 700 Bitcoin now.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Nice. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan claims that Turkey is at war with crypto. Let's see. Turkish central bank imposed a ban on crypto payments. So we'll see what happens here with Turkey. Well, let's bring Egon back on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fix this. Now it's just me by myself here.
Yeah.
I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely. I could die. I don't know if I know the exact words to that song. Yeah, the Hustler story was a good one. Okay. Well, do we have a third mic?
Nope.
Okay. All right, great. Yeah, you guys come on up. So we're at. Yeah, it should.
You just pull that.
I think they were saying last time maybe it was a little too far, so you kind of.
Was it? Was I too far?
No, it's all right. We can adjust it. Just pull it up a little.
So
we'll do it right here, and then whoever's going to talk can just lean in.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
There you go.
So a couple of the questions we were getting.
Well, let's introduce.
Okay.
Gonna introduce who you are and how you're involved with Akon here.
Oh, we're still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, we're still live.
We were setting up. What up? Hi, guys.
Akon, you monster! I can't believe all the stuff you said.
Right.
Hot mic.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, great. I'm John Karras. I'm the co-founder and president of Acoin, and here to help answer some of the questions, including what we think about Cardano's plans in Africa.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
So the Alonzo update should hopefully help Charles and team do many amazing things, and we're exploring working with them in the world of NFTs and more. We like the folks at Cardano. We think their spirit is true, and we hope that they
it's all right.
break down
in the world is
Bitcoin,
that?
crypto all at once.
That's never happened
Charles,
before.
don't do it.
Yeah. That's no, just it's fine.
It's fine.
No.
It's fine.
That's
That
never fallen in the history of the show.
It was an earthquake.
Who did that? Was it an earthquake? Akon did it?
That means
Was
something
it the-
big is happening.
The reverberation of his voice was just everywhere. Wow, that was a scary omen. We're talking about Cardano. It's a that sign must be a Cardano hater.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I get rid of it.
Also, you can buy a coin on Bitmart. I saw that question.
So we're saying, is it also on BitTrue as well?
No.
On Bittrex internationally.
BitTrue's International. Okay.
And we're adding a third exchange within the next 30 days and a fourth one before the holidays. The third one will have a lot of focus and access across Asia. We'll announce that with Ben
Oh, how
soon.
about that?
So there you go.
There we go.
The new Justin Sun.
We've
Just
recruited
announced it.
Ben.
Gosh, no.
Well,
I just announced. I
Ben
announce
Beasley,
things.
Ben
I'm not the new Justin Sun. I just announce things.
Don't do it.
so a couple people asking about your thoughts on Audius. We've seen a lot of musicians and stuff making moves towards that. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on Audius? as a project?
Including Jason Derulo. It's a true story.
It's run by some great people. Looks like a really good system. But Akon, have you seen Audius yet? I'm not sure you have.
No, I haven't seen it.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So, but what? So from an artist perspective, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's basically NFTs that are audio. So your songs would be, an audio NFT that people could actually own. They could own, however many you want. Let's say you want to make 10,000 versions of it. Only 10,000 people could have that song. Like somebody could record it and have the recording, but only 10,000 people could own the song. Who was it that put their album? Was it Tory Lanez put his album out? His NFT?
He did.
Oh, so he did
did.
it through those guys.
No, he did.
Not through those guys, but he did something similar with
Similar.
the NFTs on audio. And what it does is it gives the artists like a lot more power. And we're seeing like a lot of more independent artists out there that aren't going through the traditional means. Could you see how maybe like how that could put the ownership back in the hands of artists, and how important is that to a musician?
Well, to a musician, it's super important because, as you know, people and artists such as myself, we put our soul in our music, right? So, but ultimately, when you do that, you're not quite doing it for yourself because the establishment own majority of your masters. The basic music industry nightmares. But ultimately, if that to be worked out to be true and seamless with no flashback, that's the dream artist's situation. 1,000%.
And we're doing a whole bunch of stuff, doing NFTs in the music space, working with a lot of artists. We're about to put out Julian Marley's new record as NFTs. We have a bunch of collaborative ecosystems. So stay tuned for something that we're doing called Endless, which is its own ecosystem, really interesting. We're doing a lot of ticketing in the music area that are NFTs with content available otherwise. And then we have a whole bunch of different ownership solutions via NFTs for parts of royalty structures, et cetera. Many of them driven by the artists, not a company that artists can fit into, but custom solutions with the artists. So we're working with lots of superstar artists and some rising ones, but mainly superstars first. So coming that way.
Yeah. So you're gonna have me record an album?
Absolutely.
I heard
Jason
super-
Derulo covers only.
Oh.
Lots of Jason Derulo covers.
Well, he doesn't really have like a lot of good bars. I got some bars more than the sing. My singing's great, but you should.
Yeah.
Now, I want to. Can we go to that question? That's an interesting question. We might actually be able to settle a debate here on the show. Akon, were you and 50 on the set at the same time to fill the Still Will video?
Oh, yeah. No, we were together.
Oh, you were together?
Yeah,
There you
were.
go. Solved.
Actually, a fight broke out on set.
Between you and 50?
No, me and 50 was cool.
Is he a
Me
wankster?
and 50, no.
I heard he's not a wankster.
No, 50 is real as it get.
Yeah, I like him. I've always
He's
loved
as
him.
real as it get.
Yeah.
And the truth is, we're starting to work on some film and television content with 50 and his team. So he's very much part of the inner circle and lovely guy.
So you would say that he's into club?
In the club.
Into club.
Yeah.
Wait, so
With
who
Jason
was?
Derulo.
That's right.
So if there was a fight on the set and it wasn't between you two, what was the fight?
I don't want to mention his name, but he was at the time 50's right-hand man.
Gotcha.
Oh
The
my
one from
God.
the street that had just got out of jail.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I won't mention his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you're a 50 fan, you will know exactly who I'm talking about.
You mean Curtis Jackson? I know him by Kurt.
Yeah,
I
Mr.
call him
Jackson.
Kurt, Mr. Jackson.
Is A-Coin on KuCoin? We're getting a lot of those questions.
Not on KuCoin, but may well be at some point in the next number of months. We definitely have some cross pollination and a lot of friends that are big KuCoin fans. So very much so.
I like KuCoin. I've always thought KuCoin's a great exchange. It's just that, we got to check out what's going on with the regulation. At some point, we think somebody may time down with regulation, but for now, it's a great place to go. And and just be clear, I've mentioned this a few times. If the regulators are able to come down on KuCoin because of their lack of KYC, that your money would still be safe on there. It's not like, all of a sudden everything will be gone. It's more like they'll just have to go through a process. You might have to do KYC eventually on there. So,
but we should talk a little bit about our NFT galleries. We're opening the first of them in Beverly Hills next week. We'll be opening up a whole hub of them in Miami, Las Vegas, New York, and in a number of foreign countries. So one song with Ben.
Sorry, John. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut. But yo, bro, your fans asked the craziest question. I'm over here reading this shit. Dude, I could be here all day.
I know, man. Like,
Vegas,
it's entertaining like a motherfucker.
It's crazy, man. Like, I just sit here, like, it's hard for me because, like, I'll read it and, like, I'm like a squirrel, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I get one comment and, like, especially when somebody asks me something about football. I'm all over it. You like football, Akon?
Huh?
You like football?
I'm more of a basketball and soccer.
You are?
What is this Falcons logo over here? What's going on with that business?
Well, it's a Hawaiian shirt because I think the Falcons are always on vacation. So it makes total sense because they are terrible. So you go to Hawks games?
Am I not supposed to curse on the show?
No, we're family friendly here, but we'll forgive you.
Now I know because somebody said, "Why can Akon curse on the show and you can't?"
Well, we put an explicit content on the cover of this album, so you could say.
Okay, no more curses for me now.
Akon, you go to Hawks games?
I went to a few.
I got some courtside seats. We'll go when scenes start. Go hook
there
it up, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, it'd be cool. People would be like, "Oh my God, who's that guy with Bitboy?" No way. Maybe my wife. No, she knows who you are.
Oh my.
So, well, cool. We got anything else on there?
No, I think that's about all we have time for.
Wrap it up
today.
here.
Yeah.
Well, where can they find out more about Acoin, what you guys are doing?
Absolutely.
Acoin.io. Also take a look at acoinnft.io. And then our new brand, infti.io, where there'll be a whole bunch of content coming in art, music, sports, all kinds of fun stuff. Check them out.
And it's just so everybody knows it's Acoin with a K.
Right.
Like
Akon.
Acoin.
Yep.
He spells Acon. It would be Acon if it was ACON. That wouldn't make any sense. It's AK. True. I love it. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys for coming on the show today and hanging out. And everybody.
One more Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Hey, it's getting better. You're getting better at it.
I'm just saying, you let me practice it anything. I mean, my channel was terrible when I started, and look at it now. You give me 5 more Jason Derulos, I'm going to be, he's going to be calling me in to do a TikTok with him.
I will bring Jay next time when I come.
Okay. I like that, man. That's good. So, all right, guys, we'll drop some comments down below. Let us know what you think. That's all I got. That's all we got. Be blessed. Good boy out.